Good morning, class. How are you? I hope you all are fine and fit. So, I'm your computer teacher. Today, we're gonna start chapter first Know Your Computer. When we were in class, we have already done this chapter, but today I will revise that chapter for you. So, I have a presentation also. With the help of this presentation, we are again going to do this chapter. Okay? So, chapter first Know Your Computer. Before starting this, you should know what is the actual definition of computer, what are the functions of it, and where do we use computers. We should know all these things about computer. So, a computer is an electronic device that can be programmed to accept data, then process it and generate result, or we can call it output. Its main function is to get data with the help of input devices, then process it and gives output to us. Okay, so let's move to another slide. Where do we use computer? Where do we use computer? In this image, you can see that computers are used in the field of education, industries, entertainment, medical field. And here are few examples of where do we use computer. In banks, we use computer, है ना? We use computer in banks also for collecting the record or account details of customers, for business purpose, for communication, like we can communicate with the help of computer, our Facebook, our WhatsApp, and a lot of applications are there which can be installed in our computer so that we can use it for communication purpose also. Defense and military, they also have computer now for communication and related to other functions also. In the field of education, in our schools we have computers. Have you seen, we have a lot of computers in our computer labs. So in the field of education, internet, we can connect to the internet. Medical, in means in hospital lines. Transportation related to any material used in transport industry. Okay, let's move to another slide. The very important thing we should know, how does our computer works, what is the functioning of computer. So in this image you can see that the same image is given in your book also. See, input, processing, output. What is the meaning of that, those all those units given here? So I'm gonna tell you. First of all, input. What is input? Before starting this, I have an example for you. Just see this example. Example of input, process and output. See, what is the actual process? Let's assume that we have dirty clothes, है ना? In the image you can see that there is a dirty t-shirt. There is blemishes and spot on this t-shirt. After that, this shirt will be processed, or we can call that we put this t-shirt into washing machine for cleaning. In washing machine we can call this a process. After the cleaning of this t-shirt, it will look like this is the output. We take here dirty t-shirt as input and cleaning it as processing, and the clean shirt after cleaning will be our output. You can easily differentiate na. Here is dirty cloth, we wash it and then we get a clean cloth. So this is how input, process and output unit works. Now see, a computer receives data as input. First of all, it will receive data as input, then process it. It will process and give us output. Here information means output. And I told you that data is not meaningful. It does not have any meaning. It is totally raw fact. It does not convey any message. But after processing of that data, that becomes information which is meaningful. Our output is always meaningful. Got it? Now, what is the use of that storage which is given at the bottom of process? See, first of all, whatever data we feed into our computer saves somewhere. It goes to storage so that it will occupy space from where our processing unit takes data. It fetches data, then process it, and again save that processed data into storage. After that it gives output to us. So before processing and after the processing of data will have to stay in storage. Okay, and there are a lot of storage means there are a lot of examples of storage devices also, but we will study that storage devices in our upcoming chapters. Here we should know only what is input, process and output. So a computer receives data as input, then process it and gives the output. Let's move to another slide. See, here is it is given that computer is used in all walks of life such as school, bank, entertainment, communication, transportation. So you should know whenever someone will ask you where do we use computer, so you should know those areas and those fields where do we use our computers. Okay, and what is input unit? So see here in your book, input units or input devices are used to feed data and instructions to the computer. Means those devices which are used to feed data and instruction into the computer are called input devices. For example, I have some devices to show you. Here in this picture there is a keyboard, joystick, mouse, scanner, touch screen, numeric keypad, remote control, graphics tablet, light pen, web camera, digital camera and microphone. And there are a lot of devices which are input units. With the help of all these devices we feed the data in to the computer. So you should learn, you can take the screenshot of this or I will send this presentation to you. You should know what are input devices. The input unit of a computer feeds data and instruction to the computer, and here is the list of input devices is given and you should learn what are these. Keyboard is used to typing. With the help of keyboard we type, and whatever we have typed we can see that on a screen, but that screen is not input device. Our screen is, see, our screen is output device. Wait, see, our monitor is output device and our keyboard is input device through which we feed data into the computer. Okay, from now you should know what are input devices, those devices with the help of which we feed data and instruction to the computer. And here are few examples, a list of input devices. Now let's move to another point, which is processing. We have studied about input already. Now we have to go to processing. So we have just one device used for processing of data, that is what? CPU. The full form of CPU is Central Processing Unit. Central Processing Unit. We can also pronounce it microprocessor or processor. The another name of CPU is microprocessor or processor. In the images you can see that this is the image of brain. CPU is called the brain of computer. Just like us, when I gave you a question that you have to add 1 plus 1, you use your brain and you give me a reply 2, that ma'am 1 plus 1 is 2. In the same manner, computer also has its own brain and we call it CPU. So CPU is the brain of computer. Keep in mind, CPU is the brain of computer and the full form of CPU is Central Processing Unit. Let's move to another slide. Now, we have to study about the CPU in some detail. So, here are few units in our CPU. There are just 3 units. First one is control unit. Second one is arithmetic logic unit and third one is memory unit. See, it is given in your books also. Just see. Processing unit. The processing of data and instructions in a computer is done by the central processing unit. When we feed data and instruction with the help of input device, we have to process our data. So where do we process our data? In CPU. CPU is Central Processing Unit. It processes the data, after which our output is produced and it become meaningful. Okay, so let's study about these 3 units which are given here. First one is control unit. What is this control unit? It controls everything that happens inside the computer. It also controls the operation of all other parts of the computer. Okay, I will give you an example. Just like you, whatever you are doing in your copies, whatever you are performing in the class, who looks at you? Your teacher looks at you. What are you doing? They keep an eye on you whether you are doing your work right or wrong. So in the same manner, computer also keep a watch on all the units that they are working correctly or not. This is the task of control unit. It keeps an eye whether other units are working correctly or not. Okay, this is the meaning of control unit. The control unit controls the flow of data within the system. It is clear from its name, it controls, okay, or manages. Next is our arithmetic logical unit, ALU. See, the arithmetic and logic unit, ALU, is where the CPU performs the arithmetic and logic operation. This is a large name, arithmetic logic unit, but I will explain it to you in such a way that it will become easy to understand. So here is an example given. There are 2 units. First one is arithmetic, another is logic. In arithmetic part, see here example is given that 1 plus 2 is equals to 3. This kind of problem or this kind of calculation can be done with the help of arithmetic unit in CPU. All the problems related to mathematics like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all this handles with the help of arithmetic part of ALU. And what is the logic means? Here is another example given at the bottom. 2 is greater than 1. What does it mean? 2 is greater than 1. It is comparison that 2 is greater than 1. This is a kind of comparison na, कि 1 is smaller than 2, or we can call that 2 is greater than 1. So which part will calculate or solve this kind of problem? This will be solved into logic part. I hope you get my point. What is the meaning of arithmetic and logic? So in the end, let's move to memory unit. See, input, after that inside the CPU all these units are placed, and after the processing of data by these units we get output. Now it's turn of memory unit. See, what is the memory unit? Whatever I am telling you, you are storing all these things in your mind. You are keeping all these things in your mind. So what is that? You have a memory na, in which you are storing all the things which I am telling you. In the same way, computer also has a memory unit in which it stores all the information and data and instruction. And how does memory unit look? See, there are a lot of memory device in our computer which can be primary or secondary. The other name of memory is main memory or primary memory or internal memory. Okay, so see, hard disk is a kind of memory device, RAM, memory card which we use in our phones. Have you seen memory card? We used to place this memory card in our phone for storing music, videos, images. Then pen drive, we used to attach pen drive in our laptops for viewing any kind of images or videos. CDs, DVDs, tapes. In earlier days we use cassettes, so this tape is example of that cassette. Okay, so I think you also got this topic, memory unit. If you have any problem, then you can discuss it with me. Now a topic has remained here. CPU is the brain of computer. Now we have to discuss one more thing in CPU, that is motherboard. See, this is our CPU box na. We can call it system unit also. Okay, in this CPU we have three units, and which they are control unit, arithmetic logic unit and memory unit. But inside a CPU a motherboard is there also. There is a motherboard. You can see this motherboard in your books also. See, motherboard. What is motherboard? This is a motherboard. See, the motherboard is known as system board. The motherboard is the main circuit board of a computer. This is where you plug in microprocessor, means CPU, RAM, ROM and other parts. You can see that there are very small circuits in that motherboard. Okay, this is where we plug in microprocessor. See, I'll show you. In this image you can easily see that this is a motherboard. Circuits are all around this microprocessor, and this square shaped like thing is microprocessor, and this whole board is known as motherboard. And our microprocessor chip looks like this. Here is a line now. This is our microprocessor and it looks like this from inside. See, our microprocessor is plugged in CPU. Sorry, our microprocessor is plugged in on motherboard. On motherboard our CPU or we can call microprocessor is placed. Just look here, microprocessor on the motherboard. Okay, now we should go to output unit. Now what are these output unit? Output means result. Those devices which gives us result are called output devices. And what are these? Monitor. For example, whatever we type with the help of our keyboard, we can see that on monitor, or we can call it display. Okay. Next one is printer. If we want any kind of hard copy, then from where do we get that? We get it from printer. So printer is also our output device. Speaker. Whenever we want to listen music, we play those musics from our phone. And where do we listen that? On the speaker. Okay. When we connect our phone to speaker, we get output from speaker. The voice comes from speaker. And projector. What is projector? There are projector classes now. In your class there is projector attached in your classes. So projector is what? Projector is an output device, just like monitor. Headphones. We used to listen music with the help of headphone. So our headphone is also a output device. So here is a list of output device given. You should learn this. I will send you this presentation. You have to learn what is input unit and the list of input devices, about CPU, its unit, and output devices. You should know what is difference between input and output. In input, with the help of input devices, we feed data and instructions to the computer. With the help of CPU, we process the data, and with the help of output device, we can get our data or result. We can get our processed data, not only data, processed data or information or result. And one more thing, if someone asks you what are those devices which are input unit and output unit also, so I told you never forget about touch screen. Our touch screen phones can be used as input device as well as output device. Okay. And fax machine, modem, digital camera, pen drive, all these are our inputs as well as output devices. So we have completed this chapter. Tomorrow we will start doing the exercise, including tick the correct answers, true or false, and tomorrow we will discuss its question answers also. Till then, take care and read this chapter. I will take your test at the end of this month. Okay, take care. Bye.